Hello, welcome to this mind workout on systemization. This is really key one for you to master because the way that we structure our business is going to determine how much work-life balance that we have. And we all know too well the business owners who say that business becomes their entire life, and that's not what we want to promote here. So systemization is the key to creating that structure. So there's a couple of things that we will talk about in conjunction with systemization. You may have had them already, or maybe you're doing the systemization one first. Either way, it'll be coming to you within your program if that's the kind of business structure you want to look for, where you have that freedom to go and do other things. But the key thing here is that when we think about our business structure, we consider who is doing what. So we're talking about a team, whether that be onshore in Australia or in our home country, and also offshore in places like the Philippines, things like that, where countries like that, where getting people to do work for us is actually a lot cheaper, but we don't necessarily have to negotiate the quality of the work to being less for the cost that we're paying for those staff members. And I'll talk about that in other videos if you have chosen that to be part of your personalized program. The other part of getting prepared for systems as well is making sure that outside of our team that we have automations. So what things do we have going for us that work without us having to be there? And one of the perfect examples is using something like ManyChat to have a bot working for us as a virtual assistant that enables us to have contact with people and have a high customer service response rate without actually taking up any manpower. So these two things, a team and automations, can really help us to then step into how we systemize things to then grow our team or to optimize our team as well. And we're really always wanting to optimize our team so that we can, of course, spend less money, have greater success, and work more efficiently, because then that way our team has better work-life balance and are healthier, happier, and more committed to working for us. And we are the same within ourselves. And we don't get to this point in time where our business is taking over our life and we're losing our health. And that again comes back in turn to then impact our business in a negative way. So systemization really focuses on two key things, the two P's, and that is policies and procedures. So your policies and procedures, your policies are all about how do you go about things like human resourcing within your business. Okay, and there's a whole section to talk about that on its own. But understanding what are the policies that happen, how do people go about their work, how do they start work, how do they apply for a day off, how do they get somebody to take over their workload, or do you automatically get that back when they're not there, how do they let you know if they no longer want to work for you, well, those kinds of things. But the key thing, especially when it comes to systemization, is procedures. How do you want things to be done for you? Systemization is the biggest way for you to maximize your time. And the way that we create these procedures enables us to have more and more time. So you think about to yourself right now, what procedures do you have in place, or processes as some people call them, where people can follow like a flow chart or a set order of things, or a methodology to do things for you how you would like them to be done? Where do you have these documented? Or do these things exist in your head? This is a really clear thing. We know that 85% of small to medium-sized businesses, particularly small businesses, succeed when they have a team. But we also know that that team is more successful when they have systems that are really clear, concise, and easy to be followed. If you've ever been a business owner who feels like you want to be able to replicate your own brain and put it into somebody else's, then systems is exactly what you need. So for example, if you're getting a new staff member on board, do you show them how to do everything? Or do they go to a company intranet and they do their training for a couple of days? They learn how to go through those steps that you have created and then show you how capable they are in the way in which they're doing those things. If you think about it for a moment, you can see how this could be a total game changer. A new staff member comes to you, they start work in one business where they don't have systems. They're with that business owner for 2 to 3 weeks, getting to know every single thing about the business. In another business where they have systems, The business owner says, it's great to meet you. These are all the people in the team. Let's have a walk around the business now. You're going to sit down and you're going to learn all of the processes or procedures I want you to learn about what you are specifically going to do within your role. What happens in this business is the business owner then lets that person go work on the computer about what they're going to be doing while that customer service representative, for example, is doing that. The business owner is free to keep managing their business. This business owner, on the other hand, has to do all the managing of their business outside of the hours in which that new staff member has been there. So as you can probably tell, there is a massive difference in terms of how systemization helps people. Now, of course, the more refined the systems are, the better your team is going to become a well-oiled machine. So, if you don't have any systems written down, the next question is, what systems can you create? Are there systems that you can create for how people start work, the way that you want them to interact with customers, how they deal with positive and negative feedback from people, how they go about the sales process, how they go about administrative tasks? Literally every single thing that you do in business that is a task that you want done in a set way, it needs to be documented. The beauty of this is, whether you have a team now or not, is once it is documented, you have the freedom to be able to get a team. You also have massive freedom in your head, because suddenly you go from a business owner who's storing everything about their business here to having it on like a company intranet or a booklet. I encourage the company intranet because it's just so modern day and easy to update and fix. You go from getting all of that noise out of here to being on paper, and you have so much more space. So go ahead and answer those questions for yourself and start thinking about systemization that can occur for you in your business. Send a screenshot of what you have created to your coach through the messaging app capacity, and then we can start coming through with some ideas about goals around how you can get these systems to be developed within your business. Thanks for listening. See you soon.